Hello, we are enjoying life in San Diego after 50. Thank you for joining us. This is part two of our new segment, Starting Over at 50, Online Dating. Dating was a challenge for me because, well, I was 50 and it was just awkward. I went on Match.com, set up a vague profile, but I included a current picture, and waited for potential partners to message me. Honestly, it felt weird to be on display and waiting for someone to notice me, but I didn't have any friends and I certainly wasn't going to date anyone from work, so here I was. For the record, I did try Match.com in Hawaii, but having spent most of my adult life there, it was difficult to meet someone new because it's an island and someone always knows someone, you know what I mean? And so I did not post a picture for fear of recognition. After my twin sister got divorced, she tried Match.com and was mortified when her ex-husband messaged her asking her to lunch. True story. They were both unaware that the other was on the website, so no, he did not know it was her when he messaged her, which just made it all the more funnier. Needless to say, she deleted her profile right away and never tried online dating again. But back to my story. Regardless of the location, I will say that being on Match.com was exciting, yes, but it was also scary at the same time because you had to be very careful about who you were in contact with. My twin sister in Hawaii was my safety net. She was always aware of any date I went on, and we had strict protocols set up just in case. In my humble opinion, with the internet being able to reach such a vast and endless audience, I feel like some people set some unrealistic expectations, especially based on what they bring to the table or don't. Just my experience with the few that I met. Two of the dates I went on, the men claimed to be in their 50s, but when we met up, clearly they were in their 70s to 80s. It was a nightmare. I couldn't help but think, do you really want to try to start a relationship with a lie? Nothing against older men, it's just my preference to be with someone closer to my age. Another date actually told me that it was his goal to date as many women as possible. I mean, I guess it's nice to have goals, but come on. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't looking for someone to settle down and get married with, but I was looking for someone who was interested in the possibility of a relationship if we turned out to be compatible. I also wanted someone who was willing to make an effort to spend time with me. I mean, I couldn't understand why it was so difficult to find someone like that. Being 50 and having gone through a failed marriage, I knew exactly who I was looking for, and if I couldn't find him, I was perfectly okay with being alone since I'd already been on my own for 15 years. It was just boring without having someone to share adventures with, especially in a new city, but I wasn't lonely. As I continued my search, I couldn't help but have a strong feeling of deja vu. Then it dawned on me. It was similar to what I went through when I was looking for a job. That's when I realized that I should probably change the verbiage on my profile to find someone at least a little more compatible, so I did. I added a bit more details about myself, and while I did not add world peace to my list of goals, I did add some hobbies, which did yield some results, but none worth mentioning except for one. It was nearing the end of my subscription, and I had already decided that I wasn't going to renew, so I was pleasantly surprised when about a week before the expiration, I received a message from a profile that looked interesting. Although his picture did not do him justice, it actually made him look a little suspicious to me. I read his book-like profile and was intrigued with what he wrote, even with the terrible spelling and grammar, because he was looking for the same type of relationship I was, which seemed almost too good to be true. We ended up speaking on the phone for about a week before we both were comfortable with meeting. In December 2015, I did not know this chance meeting would change my life forever. Yes, I met the man of my dreams, and so my new adventure begins, which I will continue in the next segment. Thank you for watching.